Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you guys some domination on the Ghost here with the AK-12. Pretty good gameplay, 56 kills here on 6v6 domination with the AK-12, which I remember at the beginning of Call of Duty Ghost was getting a lot of hate because people thought it was too strong or overpowered or some nonsense. I didn't really feel that way. And I don't see how you can compare it to, let's say the Honey Badger and call the AK-12, stronger than that. But it's one of the higher echelon weapons, the Remington, the AK-12. It's all good. Most of the assault rifles, you can do pretty well with. I'm not a big fan of the SE 2010, but SA-805 is pretty good as well. I like the FAD, ARX, pretty good stuff. Pick up my Helo Pilot here as I'm running out of ammunition. Need to pick up a gun if I know what's good for me, if I want to get on a long score streak. But, getting huge score streaks really isn't my shtick. It's not my thing. Because it's a frustrating goal to go towards because it's not too easy. I mean, not that it's too hard. You just got to put yourself in right position. Of course, you're always going to need a little bit of luck when it comes to, the map and the players that you're against, the players that are on your team, how the game goes, as far as, the length and the competitive nature of it, especially domination, cap and flags and whatnot. Finally get my first death out of the way there. And I missed the spectacle of the big games. Those were the first things that people watched on Machinima, back before getting paid on your own channel was a thing. And I'm not trying to knock that. That's not me. I think that was good for the community, regardless of what others would like to think. But it's really, you only hear people who have actually made money making videos actually being on the opposite end of that. So that's a little bit ironic. But I miss the big spectacle games because, those were the first things that really got a lot of us into watching the Call of Duty commentaries. And it wasn't always that. Sometimes it was, hey, I did this with this weird gun setup, and that's cool. Sometimes it was, a nuke with a Raffica or whatever, and it's like, well, that's different, but it's still a big old kill streak, so that's a little bit of something for everybody. But, I miss that. It was the thing that pretty much everyone went for in the early days. I myself, if you take a look at my scores from the very beginning of my channel, they started off pretty good. I didn't have to escalate up. I had pretty good standards when it came to what scores that I posted, because that was like the standard. That was what people wanted to see. And people were always talking about, the fastest to nuke this, or, this many kills in a game, blah, blah, blah. And, it's cool to have goals. It's cool to have, personal records as well as, like, community records to try to hit. Which is not really something that I could ever do, especially with flying fucking dogs, fucking crypto up in this bullshit. And I still kind of miss that. It's frustrating when you try to get them, but it's so rewarding when you do. And I really haven't gone for them in Call of Duty Ghosts because for one, the community has shifted away from that. No one really cares about the big scores anymore. There's only a small handful of people who still make those types of videos, and that's because they're the best ones at doing it. You don't see people trying to play a game that they can't play anymore. You don't see the people who aren't good at putting up those big scores trying to do so because they have their own thing now. They've discovered what they are good at. But the people who are really good at the game and put up the big scores or use the weird guns and do awesome things with it, the people that are good at that still do that, but only the people that are really good at it. And it's weird when you take a look at what the commentary has done, and I've touched on that before, but it's been about a year or so. I'll cover that again, but what happened to the gameplay commentary. But as far as like the big score games, what happened to those is that, you know, people's, well, first of all, like the community changed. The whole people being able to upload whatever they want on their own channels and they getting paid off of that. That was the thing that changed. People's preferences changed. People started playing other games, of course. But when it comes to, especially the Call of Duty scene, you know, you could, you know, translate this, you know, you could extrapolate it out to other competitive first-person shooters similar to Call of Duty. But, you know, it mainly started with COD, and the big scores were the big draw because, you know, it was something very relatable that, like, hypothetically, anyone could have, you know, gotten 120 kills in 7 minutes with this gun on this map with these kill streaks. But you don't, because you aren't as good as these people. Your internet's not as strong. You don't have a team helping you, creating the perfect situation, yada, yada, yada. But when you see these perfect, you know, crystalline structured games, these very, very rare instances, when you see them happen, when you see someone, you know, recorded it and then they talk about it and they get all jazzed and hyped about it, that's cool because there are these rare moments captured where when you compare it to other types of gameplays or commentaries, they aren't the same. They don't need to be specifically that game because, you know, that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is, you know, what they're talking about or what they're joking about or whatever, you know, trying to troll or, you know, thing that they're trying to do. The gameplay really doesn't matter. But where the gameplay does matter is these types of games. And I'm not trying to put myself up with people who can actually play this game very, very well. But 56-8 is not bad. It's nothing to sneeze at. Going solo in a 6v6, this ain't a ground war because they don't have ground war on 360 and PS3 for some odd reason. A lot of weird decisions that good old Infinity Ward made in this game about, you know, not putting a lot of things in this game. They decided to not do a lot of things that every other COD has done, and it's just really weird decisions, like, you know, no capture the flag, no demolition, no ground war, and lots of weird stuff. But it doesn't really matter the game, you know, from COD 4 all the way to Ghost. I mean, hell, you can even go COD 2 or you know, COD 1 if you want. Not that anybody would want to. But you can get big scores no matter the COD. Some of them are harder to do than others, but that may be for different reasons. And I think it's just one of those fun spectacles that have kind of got lost in the shuffle. There's still some people that do it, Mark J being one, and that's one of the reasons why I love watching his videos. He's one of the only 3 or 4 people who actually post Call of Duty Ghost videos, so that makes it kind of an uncommon kind of video because not many people post Ghost videos, especially when you compare it to the amount of people that posted Call of Duty gameplays on previous Call of Duties. And also, he's just a beast at the game. We all know this. He was like 8th all-time domination score per minute in Black Ops 1 or something like that. Maybe it was a little higher. He fluctuated in his scoreboard a little bit. But he's been one of the best for a while when it comes to, you know, pub stomp and blah, blah, blah. And some people say that doesn't take skill, and I think it does. Because whenever it comes to being one of the very best at something, when so many people do it, when you are one of the best, that says something about your skill type. I wish I was one of those people, but I'm not. But I still find it, watching those people do those things, you know, XCal, Marka J, when they do those types of things, I still find it very, very entertaining, and it's very rare nowadays. Final score here is 56-8 with 6 captures, because of course I play the objective as always. Hope you guys enjoyed. A comment would be appreciated, and I will see you guys next time.